So in our court case, or our application, Jenny, we're asking for the Baboon Ranger program to continue until something effective is in place. And obviously these troops that Baboon Rangers has been withdrawn from, that they be managed. On Friday we received this affidavit from the City of Cape Town, and I was quite gobsmacked. We started with litigation in September last year when the letter of demand went out. All of a sudden now, they want to put as an interim solution Baboon Rangers in place for December, and they want to put as a longer term solution Baboon Rangers in from January. However, they're calling for quotes for the December period, and the tender hasn't even been drafted for January.
It's just such last minute crisis management, and the frightening thing is that they say that they've got their Baboon strategic management plan in place, but that just really doesn't appear to be so, because how can it be that we're sitting here in the middle of October with a deadline looming on the 1st of December, and they come to us on Friday saying, well, we're putting it out for quotes?
My biggest concern is the following. Why did they cancel the NCC contract a month earlier and then call for quotes for that exact month that the NCC contract was in place already?
Was in place for. To us who've been so involved and privy to so many documents and reports and so on and so forth, it doesn't make sense. So how it must feel to the man in the street who is completely unaware of everything, I really don't know. And I think if the authorities had implemented their own regulations, bylaws, we would have been a lot further down the line. Because if the worst waste offenders had been fined, they'd have pretty soon got their waste management. The people who shot baboons, can you believe it, that the people living just down the road here shot at the baboons with an AK-47? They
Shocking.
were never fined, never even investigated. So if the authorities had just done one thing by implementing their own regulations and bylaws, I think we would have been further down the track, and all the other solutions would have made the work of the rangers so much more achievable. We've seen the same solutions put forward over and over again. We've seen the same discussions put forward over and over again. But really the heart of the issue is that the authorities themselves have never all signed off on the same document until now. And even now, when they all signed off on it, they quickly put in the indemnity clause and nothing's happened. Our head team leader, Benson, said to us, can you imagine this mountain, this beautiful mountain with all the trees, the birds, and no animals on it? And it's a hard thought. Can you imagine Cape Town? I mean, baboons are our last big-bodied mammal that we see. And I can't imagine Cape Town without baboons on it. And yet the threat is real, because at the public meeting, City Manager Mr. McGeffen said the options are relocation or cull.
And that is in the absence of them implementing their mitigation solutions.
And whether you hate baboons, whether baboons have damaged your property and you're so frustrated, or whether you love baboons because you're an animal lover and you love nature, our court case is actually solving everybody's problems. We all want the same thing. We want baboons to be living out their best lives in the natural spaces. We don't want them in the urban areas where they're at risk.
So, Jenny, these solutions that had to be implemented since 2000 that the experts identified to keep baboons out of the urban area, to keep them in these natural spaces that you're referring to, the effective baboon-proof bin and the strategic fencing and baboon ranges and installation of electrical infrastructure, just to think about a few, traffic calming. These are all for the benefit of the baboons and for the communities, because it will keep baboons out of the urban area and it will keep damage being caused to the community's properties. It's easy to understand. The public needs to demand that these solutions have been implemented. You must remember that ratepayers' funds to the value of 160 million rand was spent since 2009 for an urban baboon program, which the City of Cape Town now state they don't have a mandate for. So public funds were spent on that. Surely the public should expect more.
Yeah, this case is about every baboon, because throughout South Africa, the baboon-human interface is getting more complex. Baboons, because of the land development. So all the way up the west coast, we're seeing more and more villages where baboons are coming into town for the easy food rewards. So whatever happens in this court case will be pivotal to helping other communities resolve their problems.